Peterson here, and this tutorial is to show you how to fill out your radio public service announcement script. So what I have here are two documents. The one on the left is my sample audio script. You should have already turned that in. It should be 50 to 70 words. Because if you get more than that, it just takes too long, right? So here is the information that it has all the information on the first page. So let's read through this. This is a bit of information that you need to start a new box of dialogue on a new page. Don't let it wrap from the last page. And I'll show you that in a little bit. If you have some dialogue that you started a sentence and then all of a sudden as you're typing it in, it goes to the next page, you have to make sure that's all on one page, or else when you're reading it, you'll start the sentence and then and there'll be a break as you flip the page, went to the store. So you have to make sure it's all on one page. Double space the script. The good news is I already have the script double spaced for you. So right now it just says title, template for radio PSA, because this is the demo, and on the next page is where you will type. Okay, so there's two columns. The audio sounds are on the left, and the audio voiceover is on the right. Okay? So, for instance, in this column, write exactly what sounds the viewers heard. If it runs during a voiceover, it should be next to the voiceover. Okay, here's the voiceover. If it runs at the same time, it's right next to it. If it runs without a voiceover, there should be nothing in the voiceover box. For instance, here I have natural sound dog barking. So here, the dog barking, but there's no person saying anything while we hear the dog bark, right? These are three abbreviations you need to do. So if you're going to have music, you would write the word music, and then you would write the name of the song, and you're going to have to, well, I'll talk to you about songs in a minute. For sound effects, write SFX for sound effects, and sound effects are things that aren't natural, so saws and power drills, or footsteps, or a whistle, or the classroom bell going off, or people talking in the background. That's all sound effects. But if it's a natural song, like sound like the wind blowing, or dog barking, or crickets, that would be natural sound. So use the next page to write your script. So here's all the instructions you can go back and look at, and use the next page to write the script, and you're going to scroll there. So here's the top of the next page. So what is your title? Your title is here. So for instance, I'm not going to write sample audio script. This particular script is about community fire relief. So I might say donate to community fire relief. And who's it by? Well, it's by Mrs. Peterson. But your name should be there. If you are at school, you have a partner, so both of your names should be there. Now the running time is after you write this down, you're going to practice reading it, and you're going to write your running time here. Your running time, well, we'll do it ourselves. Okay, so audio sounds. Now, I will tell you this, unless you have your own audio recording system at home, then you are going to be required two things: music in the background or a sound effect, and then just music in the background and then your voiceover. Only because the website that I'm taking you to do it is not going to let you do more than one track, which is really unfortunate because we're learning a lot more here than you will at home. Good news is, in about 2 weeks, even from home, you'll be able to use the same Adobe products that we are editing on here. So that means when we get to video production, you'll be able to edit in Adobe. So I'm really excited about that. More to come. Okay, here we go. John Doe lost everything in a fire last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with natural sounds. And I'm going to have fire blazing. So it's going to start out with fire, nothing. And then The fire blazes. I'm not saying anything. I want that to be heard first. And then I want for that fire to continue just a little bit longer while I say, John Doe. Let's see if I can cut and paste. Please let me cut and paste. Okay, it won't. So I'm going to type in John Doe. Oh, wait, actually. Nope, not going to let me. Bummer. Okay, well, let me see if I can do it all. I'm typing from a PDF, but you'll be typing from something that's a Google Doc, so you should be able to cut and paste. So John Doe. I'm not going to spell it all out right now, but it's gonna be all gone. That's where it's going to finish right there. The fire is going to stop there. Then on my next sentence, all the way through the end. So although no one was hurt, John and his family need some real help. You have to type the whole sentence because you're going to be reading off of this, you guys. I'm doing this to make it quicker, okay? The community fire relief exists just to help people like John Doe. So I'm going to start music here and calm, relaxing music. And then I'll show you how to get that off of YouTube, right? It has to be public domain. And then from here to the end is where I'm going to continue with calm music. So it says, the community fire relief. And I would type the whole thing all the way to call 555-5555 today. Community fire relief, bringing hope without ashes. So this is going to go to, the music is going to be call 555-5555. That's a hard number to memorize today. And then, so the music is just playing during that part of the paragraph, and then there's nothing. Okay, I could say music stops, and then I would type the last sentence, community fire relief. Bringing hope out of the ashes. Okay, now it's super important that you guys type everything here because this is how you're going to know what to edit. If you're at home, you either just do a sound effect or you do the music because you're going to have to do everything on one track. So for instance, if you were doing this from home, you do the fire effect at first and then you'd stop the fire effect, or you do the fire effect at first and read the first sentence and then stop the fire effect and then go ahead and then keep reading the rest. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I guess you could put the music in. You could read, you could have the fire effect. You could have the fire effect with this sentence. Then you could stop the fire effect and do this. And then you would just take out all the pauses in between. Then you would start the music and you would read this whole paragraph. And then you would stop the music and then you would read this alone. And then when you're in the editor, you'll just cut out the empty space between. It really could work, okay? But if you just kind of want to do the novice thing, then just start with the sound effect or end with the sound effect and you're reading, like dogs barking and you're reading happy dogs, or maybe dogs at the beginning, or a heart rate, depending on what it is you're doing for your sound effect, okay? I wish you could do both. So if you want to be really excited and try to do it with all, go for it at home. Everybody here at school will be doing at least one sound effect and music and a track. And some people will be doing more than one sound effect. So that's how you fill that out. So here's the end of a page. Do you see that? Let's say you're typing. So here I am typing because I'm such the fastest typist. And do you see how this part is on the first page and this part is on the second page, you cannot do that. That was the instruction at the very top where it said, start new boxes of dialogue on a new page. Do not let it wrap from one page to the next. So if that happened, then what I do is I just go in here. I would take this and copy it. And then I'm going to just push return a couple times. And then I'm going to paste it here. And now it's on the new page. And there's nothing on the this top page. Because then, like I said, when you're reading the script, it's because typically you're reading it with an actual piece of script in front of you. You're not reading it off of the computer, right? So that is that is industry standard to have it on the next page. Even though you might actually be reading it straight from a script on your computer, all right? The other thing I wanted to say is your name should pop up at the beginning of this. But what I want you to know is to make sure, I mean, it would really be better if it says, Mrs. Peterson, call-in script, template, radio, PSA. Just say, radio, PSA script. The other one was a template, so I don't really need template there. And there's the name of it. Now, once you finish, then you read it. So I am going to... Well, I'm not going to read it. So you're going to read it slowly. And if you have sound effects, you would, wait 1001, 1002, and then start reading. And then at the end. So you time it, and you put your time here. So it should be maybe 15 seconds. Right? So that is that part. And then I'll show you some editing in the next video. Have a great day. I love you. Miss you already. Bye.